Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling True Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Today, we are going to look at a Big Ten matchup on Sunday at noon at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana, as the Hoosiers will take on the Maryland Terrapins in a huge Big Ten basketball game. And this game is huge because Maryland's 15-5. They're 5-4 in the Big Ten. Indiana is also 5-4 in the Big Ten, sitting at 14-6. The Hoosiers play the next 2 weeks against all top 25 teams. This Maryland game is huge, and the Maryland Terrapins are coming off a huge win over Illinois. They blew out Illinois at Illinois 91-70 or 90-71, and one of the big reasons there, Illinois was playing a little depleted without one or two of their big men, but the Terrapins took advantage of that shorthanded Illinois front line to post their first road victory of the season in blowout fashion. Big man Julian Reese, 27 points, 17 rebounds, 3 block shots, was dominant. Derek Queen, 25.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. They dominated the inside, making up for some poor three-point shooting. They were only 3 of 12. Now, all of Maryland's starters average in double figures, and it gets little production from his bench. With the Hoosiers, we saw wild momentum swings and a second half defensive breakdown, as so often is the case. Mackenzie Mbako kind of broke out of a shooting slump. He hit 3 of 7 three-pointers on the way to 20 points. Malik Renew returned to action from an knee injury, but it showed that he hasn't played in a while. He was rusty. He played 11 minutes, and 15 of those possessions, him and Umar Balu played together, and Indiana really got manhandled when they both played together. The fact is this: when Indiana plays Balu and Renew together, they just don't have the speed to get to the wings. So when you throw in Mackenzie Mbako, I don't think Mackenzie Mbako even knows what defense is, to tell you the truth, from watching him this season and from last season. He's a liability. Luke Goody is a guy that has got to step up big time again, because Goody is the guy who's been getting it done for the Hoosiers over the last few weeks. And the Hoosiers have struggled. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 Big Ten games, and they beat Ohio State by 1 point in overtime. They got blown out by Iowa, Illinois. They had a disastrous second half against Northwestern, and they were demolished in the second half in Evanston. The Wildcats outscored them 54-39 in the second half. Indiana shot 42% from the field, but they turned the ball over 17 times. I believe it was 8 or 9 times in the first half, another 8 times in the second half. Northwestern shot 48%. They just killed it from three-point range. And senior center Omar Balu, who paces Indiana in scoring, averaging 14.5, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. You got a few others to watch Sunday, but I think this game hinges on how Mike Woodson decides to play it. I mean, if he's going to go with Balu and Renew for 10, 12 minutes in this game together, that's going to be an issue. Mackenzie Mbako and his inability to play defense is a huge issue, but the biggest issue of all here is the fact that Kevin Willard is a good basketball coach with Maryland. Mike Woodson looks like he's completely lost during games. Now, the one advantage you would have would be, a short turnaround, only 48 hours or so. Illinois played on Thursday. Indiana played on Wednesday. I don't think it'll be that big of a difference, though. When I look at this game, and if you want to bet this game, you could bet it on BetMGM. I think Maryland wins this game somewhere in the area of 77-71. It wouldn't surprise me when the point spread comes out later today if Maryland's even favored by a point or 2, maybe 3. Indiana has been that bad. The Hoosiers are in disarray. The Maryland Terrapins look like they are hitting their stride. And this is a Maryland team that I fully expect to make the NCAA tournament. If you're the Indiana Hoosiers and you want to make the NCAA tournament, you have to win this game on Sunday. If you lose this game, the next 2 weeks for Indiana, they're going to be lucky to win 1 or 2 games, because the schedule gets much tougher with the likes of Michigan, Purdue, Michigan State all coming to play the Hoosiers. And Indiana's in trouble. This game has to be won. They have to play 40 consistent minutes. They have to communicate. These are all things that they don't do. Mike Woodson was asked if he was worried about this team right now, and he said no. There's a lot of games to play. There's not a lot of games left. And the Indiana Hoosiers need to win this game. And if they don't, Mike Woodson's still not worried, all Hoosier fans should worry. All right, if you want to bet this game, go to BetMGM. BetMGM is the top sports book for betting on college basketball. You can click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on X at Grilling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and go check out thegruelingtruth.com. All right, guys, for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.